Hello and welcome to my channel. I just got back from watching Until Dawn. A pretty good movie. Lots of cool visuals, lots of horrific deaths, jump scares, lots of Easter eggs from the game. I would recommend it. It's a fun watch. But we are here doing part 2 of Turtles from China. I still have my third party guys out. Whoops, and there goes Donatello. I feel like we didn't really cover them too much because we were kind of hitting the 20-minute mark, and I get a little antsy when I think, oh, I'm going to hit that mark. We didn't really cover like the joints or anything. Also, there is a Splinter for this set. He usually comes packaged with the Donatello. I didn't get him. I gotta be kind of picky with which figures I buy because I just don't have the money to get all of them. But, yeah, let's cover the joints, the arms. Don't move too much up and down. You're pretty stiff. Then we got the elbows. You can see the elbow joint here. And they don't go back very far. Like, they don't have a whole lot of movement. There's no wrists. And then some of the hands are like this. You can get, like, they all come with different hands. They've got some open hands, but they have the kind of the play line, just, you know, fist with a hole in it for holding weapons. There's a little, you got front movement. The knee is it double jointed? It looks like it should be. No, I think it is. Maybe this one's stiff. Should we try this one? I do see two joints. I don't know. And they do actually have an ankle joint. Rotates pretty good, but it doesn't go back and forth, but it goes side to side strangely. But yeah, those are all the articulations that we get with them. They're a little stiff. They're not super posable. You won't get any like super crazy poses, just kind of the basics. But I really do love these sculpts. These are super fun. And we'll just lay them down. So we are now looking at the Joytoy figures. These are official figures. Nickelodeon said they could do them. But they were pretty much only released in China, but you know, you can get them online. I got the whole set together, I think on eBay for like $100. This was, of course, before the tariffs. But we're just going to open them up real quick. I noticed a lot of stuff from China never is tape closed, which is kind of nice. You can just open everything up. Here's the Leonardo. He comes with a whole bunch of neat stuff. He's got like the little T-cell. Is that what the turtle communicator, the T-cell, depending on what show you watch. They all come with the stand, and all four of them actually come with a skateboard, which I thought was kind of neat. I'm gonna open this one up. Look, I don't even have to do a cut to open him up. He comes out so easy. But they are tiny. They are itty bitty little figures, even though they have so much stuff on them. He's got little packs on his belts. He's got the shoulder strap. He's got more stuff on here. And he actually has wrist articulation, and these guys don't. But I've already played with them before. They kind of got packed up because I didn't have anywhere to put them. But these... they're so tiny, but they come out pretty good. I think I had one hand. I was just having a really hard time with one of these, and I couldn't quite either get it off or get it back on. I think get it off. And I think it was one of Leo's. But, or maybe it was get it out. I can't remember. It was a while ago. But, they're just so tiny. Like, they're so itty bitty. Anytime we just have tiny pieces. I get a little nervous. I don't want to lose them. But I really like the sculpt. And he actually does have articulation, but he comes off really easy. Which I guess is fine. Like, oh, I thought you could take the belt off. I guess you can't. That stays on. Come on, you gonna focus? There we go. These pop on fairly easy, but yeah, he comes off at the waist quite easily. But I like this back here, how they, like, come on, camera. They cut it in half back here, so this knee is free to move a little better. And he actually can go back and forth, but not side to side. Oh, actually, yes. All sorts of ankle movement. I like that. I'm not a big fan of these things. I feel like they get in the way. If I could, I'd take these off, but I like everything else. Here's his little packs that hold. He just lets his swords are just out in the breeze, cutting anybody who gets close to him. But they all have so much detail for how tiny they are. I'm going to show you, like, even compared to these, and I think these, the Fury toy ones are small, but these are just itty bitty. The Donatello one. These all have different heights, by the way. The Donatello they made taller, which I think is cool too. Like, they didn't use the same molds for each character. Let's take a look at Mikey. He might be the shortest. Yeah, he's a tiny bit shorter than the Leo. I think that's cool. But these guys, they all fit really good on the skateboards. I don't know why it tickles me, but I think it's fun that they all came with skateboards. There we go. I am going to cut and then pull out the other turtles just because it takes a while. Alright, here is my second go at this. The first time, my phone decided it was going to film vertical instead of horizontal, and then the light bulb went out for my lighting. So we're going to try this again. I do have all the turtles out now. Here they are. Here's Michelangelo up close. He's got, like, is this an iPod? MP3 player? I don't know. I never owned one. But he's got this cute thing here. They've all got just, like, lots of belts and pouches. He's got the paint cans. We're seeing a theme here with Michelangelo and paint cans. He's got this license plate on the back that's somehow connected to his shell. And then all of them have this thing where, like, they have, like, chest belts. I don't know what you call this. A chest strap. But it goes under the shell. I don't know how that works. But, you know, really good sculpting for such a tiny figure. I love all their faces. So much personality. But once again, like, the belt goes under. And he's got a random thing on his shell too for whatever reason. I don't know. But there's places for him to put his weapons. There's more weapons down there. I feel like this is too big for the thigh. Like, this takes up so much of the thigh. But I guess I figure this tiny we got to, right? And here's Donatello. I think Donatello was the first one that really made me want these figures. And again, it's just all the gear. Like, he has so much gear on him. So many little packs. He's even got, like, a little first aid kit. This is really cute. This is actually removable, but for him and Leo too, the strap that goes across the chest, it actually comes out. Or this is, like, bolted in to the shell, which I think is a very interesting choice. Leonardo's does it too. I'm not just they're poor shells. I don't know. You know, it's up to them, I guess. But turtle shells do have filling in their shells, so and the shells can bleed, so that's weird. But you know, it is what it is. Each figure pretty much comes with the same thing. They come with a slice of pizza, though each slice is a little different. They each have the communicator. They each come with their weapons and then like a motion blur version of the weapons. This nunchuck, we always look at the nunchucks. They're the weirdest ones. But this one, though it doesn't have like a working chain, this plastic is really, really soft here where the chains are. So doing this doesn't harm the plastic at all. Like there's no tension where you feel like you're going to be breaking it. So that's at least nice. And these are textured and painted, which is more than we get sometimes. So that's not too bad. But they each come with those. They each have the skateboard and then the color-coded wheels. They each get the same set of hands. And then they each have one of these stands where clearly you can put them all together in a four-way and have one on each corner. And then they have little individual stands if you want them all facing the same way. Very cute. I think I'm going to set them up on these stands so you can see what that looks like. Alright, here we are with all 4 turtles set up on the stand. I didn't pose them or anything. I have other things to do today. But this stand, I'm going to slide it and then pick it up here. This stand snaps together really tight. Like these pieces are not coming out. So that's really nice. Like the pieces themselves are not going to fall off, but it's very possible the figures themselves will fall off. They each just have one peg for each foot, but pretty good room for posing. Like if they've got their weapons out and they're doing big action poses, they just face out, but they'd all be facing different directions, but not too bad. And I really like the shape. I thought it would be a square, but it's actually kind of like a little bit of a Chinese star type thing. Really cool little stand. I like this a lot. And I am just going to do a couple size comparisons before we end the video. Because these guys, you just don't understand how small these figures are. Like here he is next to my third party Donatello. And these figures are not big. These are pretty small figures too, but they're still just so tiny. I'm not sure what the choice was to have a sculpt this detailed and then make the figures this tiny. But I mean, the size didn't deter me because I did love the sculpts so much, but I do wish they were bigger. But I have a couple other turtles to do some size comparisons. Look, those are big old boys next to these little itty bitty turtles. They're so small. Here's the movie Leo. They're just so tiny. I really wish they were this size because they're just some of my favorite sculpts. I really like these, but they're not my smallest turtles. I do have even smaller turtles, but they're just little guys. They're really cute. Yep. I'm still keeping them though, even though they're small. I really like them. Very articulated, very detailed. They're just small. But that's it pretty much for this video. I hope anybody who wants any of these turtles is able to get them for a reasonable price. I don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs, how long it's going to last. I like to think that it's not going to be forever, that it may not even be more than a couple months, but we don't even know what's going on. And there's still more turtle sets coming out of China here later this year that are really, really cool, and I would love to get them. But I don't know if it's going to be possible to get them for anything, beneath $300 or something. I don't know what's going to happen. But I guess we'll all find out together, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who's waiting for these other turtle sets. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!